gonna start off with a little bit of controversy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start it off? You want to introduce? I'm talking about
we
Cleveland boy.
Yeah. We talking about the story that never ends.
Seem like it, right? The story that never ends, and we ain't really never heard fully.
Right,
like.
exactly. Ain't fully, but it did get happy endings.
Yeah, it was a few happy endings in it. It was one of them books where like it'd be like if you choose this, turn to page 24,
right, exactly.
and then turn to page 64.
Exactly.
It's like 30 endings.
Allegedly. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got this, Deshaun Watson, you know what I mean? Officially, the courts came down and, they gave him 6 games, but...
They suggested 6 games,
yeah,
the courts.
But, the NFL is looking for at least un año, which is 1 year,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They look, at least looking there. They're very upset, you know what I'm saying, with everything. But what's your take on it, though?
It's weird. Like I read a little bit into it. Obviously, I knew they came to appeal, and when I first heard about the appeal, I heard somebody say something about the discovery was going to come out if they did appeal, and whether or not either side wanted really that to be out. Because with the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion case, I learned what the discovery is, and that's kind of like the lockdown folder of all the good evidence and
right.
what they don't want public type junk. But, if you're privileged to see it, you're going to see a lot. So when they appealed it, I'm guessing that opened up. The thing that kind of confuses me is, I guess Goodell, I don't know if he was quoted or just somebody was quoted saying that the details in it were egregious and there were predatory behavior and all that. But if they were so egregious, why did it go by 2 grand juries and get dismissed twice? And why is the new judge saying only 6 games? And and to that point, there's also a lot of rumbling about why even put that judge in play if you just gonna take over anyway.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of damn,
it's a lot of
bruh's like any punishment is gonna
it's a lot of layers, man.
Yeah, any punishment he gets is kind of justified. It's like we're not gonna argue with it, kind of. But it's like,
well, his side would argue, but
yeah, but it would be more conversation of the wishy-washy shit about it, more so the punishment, because it's like you doing weird shit, bro. You doing weird shit,
right? Right, exactly.
But the whole situation at this point is weird.
Yeah, the whole, like you said, as they read more and read more pages of, all the cases, like you said, all that stuff was alleged and, most of it got handled out of court. Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of the judges are
I think it's like 4 of them still that's pushing.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a couple, Like, that's why the judges are like, all right, y'all handling it civilly, so we're good. Like, that's how y'all want to handle it, so y'all ain't even got to come to the courts or whatever like that. But, right. Yeah, it's, it's a crazy thing. I mean, like, they ain't have all the facts. Like for the Ezekiel Elliott, and he got 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now this, they got.
It sound like they got, unless they got video. If they got video, that's different.
Yeah.
Like maybe in a Howler or something.
Listen, man, if they got video of him or audio of him, he get the indefinite, and that's what they wanted too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be indefinite for at least 2 years if they get some, from like you said, from a couple of things I read or stuff like that. But yeah. But definitely, yeah, like I said, this is just never ending.
It sounds like a lot of hearsay.
Yeah, never ending. I think, like you said, they suggested 6. I think it ended up between 10 and 12. You know what I'm saying? Just
like
because
meet in the middle type.
Yeah, just because. They'll throw out a year.
They already sat out a year.
Yeah, they'll throw out a year. You know what I'm saying? They'll throw out a year. NFL, that's like any judge, any law enforcement, anything like that. They're gonna throw out a year, any number. There you go, a year. All right, so then we can meet somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, sitting out and not playing is kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like what? It's nothing because you still got paid. Basically, Houston didn't play him because say they fucked around and won the Super Bowl, and they'd be like, oh, he was kind of ineligible to play. Like going for some football. You know what I'm saying? Like they could take stuff back. And plus, they was, trying to trade him as well. So they didn't want him to get injured. So he got his whole check. So that's like, I looked at that at first, how you kind of looked at it, like, oh, he sat out last year, but he kind of really didn't. He had to, like, you know what I'm saying? But you got your whole check. Now this year, Cleveland said, yo, just say, yeah, you want to come to Cleveland, man. We're going to make sure we finagle this contract, give you like 98% of your contract.
After the first year.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like guaranteed and make your annual salary to be this low. And that's why the NFL is mad. That's why all NFL and the owners, you know what I'm saying, from the other report that I've read, are mad at Cleveland because of that situation. Because if he gets suspended for a game, for whatever amount of games, it's like $1 million. So, you know, they're upset on that aspect as well. So
it's only the less rich owners that be mad about all that money moving. Everybody else is finagling the system.
No, absolutely. You know, it's everybody hate till it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it go. You know how it go. And then, you know, they messed up the QB market as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why all that ties into one. Like you said, it all goes back to money. But
QB market crazy because, like, yo,